Before I dive into the answer, I would want to say two things. First of all, I have never been a cybersecurity expert, so to speak, which means that I'm going to temper my answer with some level of conservatism rather than be optimizing for opinionated optimism. Second one, I think there are few real challenges that we need to address before we can make the current crop of AI complement the cybersecurity initiatives that can be married along with it. But before I start talking about the real world challenges, based on my understanding, I will list down the places where we can expect the AI to add value. Any place where we have to understand text and operate on top of text and then form opinions in terms of text, I think those are all places where there could be significant amount of force multiplication. So phishing detection, especially when it comes to content-based phishing detection. Let's say, for example, if we need to identify email phishing, it's something that we can definitely expect the AI's current part to be of significant value. That's one. The other two use cases that I can think of are threat detection and what they call as UBA, which is user and entity behavior analytics. On these two places, the current machine learning algorithm-based models should do a good job, but what is really exciting is what we can do with LLMs and do zero-shot regression. The capability of LLMs to also perform regression on tabular data is being explored, and there seems to be significantly positive results too, which means that we can slowly shift to an era where the training function that is involved in dealing with training models and then deploying them for usage could significantly come down, and then we can do zero-shot inferencing using LLM. That could turn out to be of good value. So these are all the places where I see where AI can help cybersecurity, but I also see some level of challenges in addressing the following functions. Number one, at least from my perspective, until the agentic workflow related systems that kind of allow AI-based functions to slowly evolve over a period of a time and then get to understand the context in completion and then slowly evolve its decision making, that part needs to mature. So in order for cybersecurity to take full advantage of what AI can do, I think agentic workflows should also mature. That's one. Two, this has always been a fundamental problem, the problem that I'm going to state right now, which is finding a way to balance the trade-off between specificity and sensitivity. I'm not going to go into too much of technical details here. I will leave all of you to go ahead and then do some reading. The most important thing that we should do, whether we do it with LLMs or do it with any other model when it comes to cybersecurity, is to know what is a false threat and what is a true threat. Labeling a true threat as a non-threat is way more costlier compared to labeling a false threat as a threat. False threat is a white swan, true threat is a black swan, and we need to ensure that incorrectly labeling them is always going to introduce cost functions at scale. That is the second issue or second challenge that we need to keep in mind. The third one, based on my personal observation, I have always seen the makers of the threats being way more smarter than checkers of the threats. And today they have not left even LLMs out of the fray in terms of figuring out how to hack around them and create injection attacks that could also have significant deterrence in terms of deploying LLMs within the confines of an enterprise. So we need to see how to address these three challenges. That way cybersecurity can also take the best out of what AI can offer. We need to wait and watch how the world of AI evolves. At least at this point in time, I personally don't see a lot of gains immediately in terms of putting LLMs to use. We will see how the future pans out. That's my take in terms of what is the relationship between cybersecurity and AI, at least for now. Let's see.